chief and council are only here for a 2-year term. So if there's anything in the school that to us seems to be working, or to the community, they really like it, and we have new chief and council come in, sometimes there's some pieces that start getting pulled out. All of her oral reading testing?
Because we have no governing body that says these are the decisions you need to make. What we do here is we bring that forward to our staff at our staff meetings, and we decide together as a group. But let's say another band-operated school, the principal doesn't care about the kids in that school, director doesn't care what the principal is doing, who's looking after them? Nobody.
Whenever the provincial government changes a curriculum and changes the materials and support of the new curriculum, they provide additional resources and training for the provincial schools to achieve the implementation of the new curriculum. None of that exists in First Nation country.
I am at my house.
Balanced literacy was a new program that came out. And what we have to do here is we have to always be watching, because nobody's helping us. Nobody's from central office is saying, okay, this is something new that's happening in literacy. You need to get on the ball and you need to learn about that. We have to do it ourselves. We have to always be checking the internet, checking all over, finding out what's happening, and then saying, hey, you know what, we're going to need PD, we're going to need money for this. And what we have to do is we have to do some type of fundraising or do some type of proposal so that we can bring that to our school.
You know what, they talk about band control, but really, who's controlling it? When somebody's holding the purse strings and it's not you, are you in control?
It begins with that.
While there are many dedicated, passionate, and excellent teachers in our territory, both native and non-native, it is difficult to keep them. We are remote communities. We pay less money. We lack teaching resources, and the work is difficult, both in the classroom and the community. Our children need stability from their teachers, and what they get is turnover.
Over half our staff are First Nation teachers, and the other half are people that are sensitive to the needs of the children in our community. So that's, for me, for hiring practices, finding key people who want to be part of this school.
I like my ball car.
You know what a big concern of mine personally is that the band schools don't follow, and I know it comes down to money really, they don't follow the Alberta grid for teacher salaries. That's a big drawback to coming to a band school. And where I am and where I would be at a public school, there's a significant $8,000–9,000 difference there. So that's a big, well, why would I teach here if I can go here and make more money, But to me, I love the school and I love the people, so that's what keeps me here.
Just because he said,
Marcus! Can you come, Marcus? You want to have a turn? No? Okay.
It is a place where people come and they move on. If you get it's dollars and cents. To a lot of teachers, if I'm going to teach here for $40,000 a year and down the road at one of the public schools, they start at $56,000, what would you do? Especially if you have a family to feed.
Who's ready?
My children in particular in my class, they don't deal well with new people, and it takes a lot in order for them to build relationships with people and to trust people. So to have people in and out of the classroom, they don't ever build that relationship, so they don't ever fully get into the educational process because they're already guarded. And it took a lot to build a relationship with these little guys that had people in and out of their lives. And even today I can't have subs because they can't handle it. Like, I don't take medical days, I don't take sick days, I don't take time off because for the next 2 weeks my classroom is upside down.
My second year here versus my first year, I'm able to go into the hallways, I know the students, I can call them by name. That means a lot. And I think for students to have teachers who have been here for a while They've developed their reputations. They no longer have the same difficulties that new teachers have.
Right now, the teacher that I work with, we buy the pens, we buy the crayons, we buy the markers. Because throughout the year, they just don't last, especially pencils. I mean, pencils, we're buying packs and packs of pencils just because it's not in the budget, right, for us to, for the kids to have it.
In the wintertime, I buy mitts and toques. All my children had mitts and toques, plus I have an extra basket in my classroom of mitts and toques where if they're wet at recess, they can come in and change them because, unfortunately, some of them just don't have that kind of stuff. I go to yard sales, I pick up ski pants, rubber boots, shoes, whatever the kids need.
The impact of all these issues on student performance is staggering. It's also staggering that the Indian Act and its racist policies continue to treat our children as less than other children in Canadian society.
There is racism and discrimination in this province, and we need to address it. We are a multicultural society after all, and the First Nation people in this country have been at the bottom of that ladder. And it's so sad because guess who shared this land?